All right, you're gonna start with your driver's side. You have your engine oil cap on the top there. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, damaged, or broken. It is not leaking. You have your transmission dipstick. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, damaged, or broken. It has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on the line there. How to check it is you're going to have your bus started, your engine at temperature. You're going to pull out the dipstick, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it out again, check the level, put it back in and make sure it's secured. Shut your engine back off. You have your oil dipstick. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked or damaged. It has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on this hose. To check that level, you are going to have your engine off and cooled. You're going to pull out the dipstick, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it back out, check the level, put it back in and secure it. It does secure. If you see that turning, that locks it into place. All right, then you have your hydraulic brake fluid reservoir and caps. It is properly mounted and secured. They are tightly secure. It is not cracked or damaged. The hoses or lines have no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and they are not damaged either. The reservoir is at the proper fill line. It is not leaking, and neither are the hoses or lines. Then you have your power steering hose. Goes to your power steering reservoir. Your hose has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it is not leaking. It is properly mounted, secured at both ends with clamps to your reservoir. Your reservoir is properly mounted and secured. The caps are also secured. It is not cracked or damaged. It is not leaking, and it is at the proper fill line. Your power steering shaft and U-bolts has no breaks or cracks. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not bent. It is connected to your power steering gearbox, which is connected to your pitman arm and drag link. This is your drag link. It is connected to your upper and lower arms with castle nuts and cotter pins, as well as castle nuts and cotter pins on your pitman arm. They are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or damaged. They are properly aligned. And you have no leaking from your gearbox, no active leaking from your gearbox. Okay? Your upper and lower arms are connected to your axle that goes from one tire to the other tire on the other side, passenger side. It is not cracked or damaged or bent. It is properly secured with nuts and screws, properly aligned. Behind the axle is your tie rod. It also goes from one side to the other. It is not cracked, damaged, or bent. It is properly secured with bolts and screws and properly aligned. This is your leaf springs mount and U-bolt that is connected to your axle. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It is properly aligned and not missing any parts. This is your shock absorber. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked or damaged. It is not leaking. This is your frame and cross members. It is properly mounted and secured, not damaged, not cracked. There are no illegal welds, drills, or holes, and it does go from the front of the bus all the way to the back of the bus. It is properly aligned with the other one on the other side. And that is all of your parts on the driver's side.